How's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be continuing my Sharks of Summer series. Sharks of Summer is a series I do around here where once a week, at least once, during the summer, I take a look at a shark movie. And this week we're going to be looking at Dinoshark. This is from 2010, directed by Kevin O'Neill, and stars Eric Balfour, Iva Hasperger, and Aaron Diaz. The movie was produced by Roger Corman, hence this Roger Corman Presents banner across the top, the same banner that we would also see on Sharktopus. And also, Roger Corman has a small role in the movie as a scientist, so cool to see him on screen. Other than that though, how's the movie? Kind of generic and forgettable. This really does feel like every shark movie ever, and I'm gonna have a hard time retaining it in my brain for much longer. I just finished it today, and by the time I got to the end of the movie, I could feel the beginning slipping out of my head. It really has all the tropes and hallmarks of a generic, low-budget B-shark movie, and yeah, you do kind of feel like if you've seen one, you've seen them all. It's not any worse than the others, but it doesn't really stand out much. The movie has two things going for it, though. One, it is set in Mexico, and the movie does use a setting to its advantage, getting to see the landscape and the culture. That's always fun. And two, we have Dinoshark. It's a shark with a T-Rex head. That's a cool model. I really do like it. I love how the scales kind of go across the whole thing. Dinoshark's a cool looking shark, and I do like him. The movie itself, though, like I said, it's not great. And if you've seen a lot of low-budget shark movies, you know these. Leads that aren't super charismatic or interesting, a plot that just kind of rambles and does whatever. Most of the kills are just randos and murder vignettes, and every scene feels like hey, what if we just did a sequence with this? And it doesn't really have a good through line. It doesn't have a bunch of tension. It doesn't have a good focus. And it's just a random CGI shark that isn't integrated the best, killing random people until the heroes do enough sequences that it dies. It's again, not great, but not really worse than all the others at this level. It's just a good example of what shark movies at this level are like, and a whole bunch of them are just like this. But I guess in order to analyze it further, let's do a little bit of a deeper dive. I'll be avoiding major spoilers, but I do want to break down and analyze a few things, so let's dive a little deeper, but I'll be avoiding the end bits. We open up with an ice sheet breaking in half, and that's going to unleash Dinoshark. He's a baby with a bunch of other baby Dinosharks. Anyway, though, if you're like, wait, we're gonna follow one of these Dinosharks, what about the others? Well, forget about them, okay? Because they're going to replay this footage almost exactly towards the ending and expect you to be surprised that there's more Dinosharks out there, even though it's one of the first pieces of information we get. Cut to a few years later, when Dinoshark's more mature, he breaks out, kills some guy in Alaska, and is going to head to warmer waters, i.e. Mexico. And there we get to meet our main characters. Our main guy is this kind of scoundrel character. They wrote him thinking he'd be like Han Solo or something, but he doesn't have near enough charisma. And he's some guy, and he comes back in town, and everyone in town is like, "You're back, what are you doing back here, you scoundrel?" But it kind of almost feels ironic, and I don't think they meant to do it ironically, but it's like he's some guy sleeping illegally on his friend's boat. Either you're not supposed to sleep on the boats in the harbor, and it's like he's just doing boat tours for tourists now. He's not really cool, and the movie thinks he's supposed to be cool. I think you could play this off pretty funny, but the movie doesn't get the humorous potential, so whatever. He's the coolest guy ever according to the movie. And then you also get this scientist lady who hangs out in the same friend group, and she's also doing a water polo coaching job. That's a little random, but they need to set up the water polo team for later, and why not just have her teach them, I guess. The team will operate pretty autonomously when Dinoshark comes in, so whatever, she also does water polo. Well, of course Dinoshark shows up and eats a few people, and one of the first people he eats is their friend, and their friend was just kind of one person in the background. It's like you didn't really get to know her, but then after she got eaten, there's just this scene where they're like, she was the best, she did all this stuff, she helped us out so much. And I'm like, you know, if you told us that before she died, then we would have had that emotional weight beforehand. But whatever, they're super sad she died, and now they're going to go hunt Dinoshark, and from there we get scene medley, you know? Just whatever, roll from one thing to another, no real sense of direction. We gotta go do a sequence to stop Dinoshark. And amongst your people, you have like the jerk police officer who just wants to shut their operation down, and a scientist played by Roger Corman that's like, I guess a Dinoshark could be possible, but it's so unlikely. Let me do science and analyze it. And the thing with both of these segments is like the police think there's a tiger shark killing people, so they're already working on the problem, and it's like, oh, it's not a tiger shark, it's a dino shark, you're underprepared. Yet, it's a monster movie, you're always gonna be underprepared. And then with the scientists, they're working really hard to learn what we already know, that it is in fact a dino shark. So yeah, there's not much interesting going on in here. And then you get random murder vignettes. Cut to random people we've never met before, and them getting killed by a CGI shark in not super impressive ways. And the thing is, like, the later Friday the 13th would add murder vignettes in order to add more kill sequences when you only have so many characters. But the thing is, in Friday the 13th, those were bonuses. You had the main cast as well, and you had the tension primarily on them. With all these low-budget shark movies, having random strangers be the meat and potatoes of who's dying, you don't really have the tension because you don't care for them super well. Not that you really care for these leads because they're not super charismatic, but you get what I mean. Anyway, random bits of Dinoshark killing a bunch of people, them randomly coming up with some sort of so-so plan, and eventually we will get to a fine enough finale. I will say the absolute end bit is super underwhelming, but whatever. It plays through, expected enough, and again, it's not the worst of these type of movies. It's just a strong case of, I've seen this before, and you're not really doing much special other than the cool dinosaur head on the shark and being set in Mexico. It's okay enough, but it is just such an average movie from this level of movies. I can't complain too hard, it's not worse than the rest, but it's nothing big. If you see it for streaming and you just want to turn your brain off for a day, or if you find it for really cheap, or you're a big Corman collector, I guess so, but don't go out of your way for it. Anyway though, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my shark movies playlist. If you guys want to see me talk about more shark movies, you can find them there. And that will also include another Roger Corman movie, Sharktopus. Anyway, have a good day. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist on the bottom. Have a good day now.